Welcome to another week, another episode of the Benzinga Crypto Show. I'm your host, co-host, producer Aaron. With me, as always, keeping the show running. The reason why you guys are really here, Catherine Ross. What's up, Catherine? How you doing?
Hey guys, I've missed you so much. I've missed our show. We didn't have a show for a week, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like it was like a little hole in my chest that this crypto show fills every week.
I know,
I
right?
come here and I feel wholesome. I feel good. Also, I
Okay.
get to hang out with my favorite person, Catherine, every week. So
Yeah,
that's always a
Spencer,
bonus.
did you hear that? I'm his favorite person.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So we have a lot of topics to cover. We have some
We
market
do. We have an exciting show for them.
Yeah, and we have a CEO of Lukka today coming a little bit later, so it's going to be awesome. So let's just start it.
Yeah, let's get into it. And you know how we always get into it in this show? It's by showing you guys what the crypto markets are looking like today. So, Catherine, I do want to show the chat what it looks like today. I feel like, obviously, if they're watching the show, they know what the markets are looking like today.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you anyway. You guys,
Yeah.
Here it is. It's not great, right? But it's okay.
It's not great. You're going with it's not great.
It's not great. It's a red day. It's a red day. That's fine. We have red days, right? All we got to do is stay strong and hodl. Get those diamond hands.
Okay, that is true. To be fair, the markets are not looking great right now, as Aaron said. It has been better for sure. Well, honestly, it does look a little bit depressing. I'm wondering if it's a bear market already, or if it's just a correction. Like you probably have seen a lot of comments right now.
Yeah, guys, if you guys think that we're in a bear market right now, go ahead and drop us a 1 in the chat. If you think we're still in the bull market, drop a 2 in the chat. Let's see those answers.
Despite everything that is happening right now, despite all the dips that almost every cryptocurrency is experiencing right now, Peter Brandt, a prominent stock and crypto trader, said that he still believes that we're going to see $100,000 this year. And I think he's joined by Anthony Scaramucci, who also confirmed his predictions that he had made earlier this year, that it's going to go up to $100,000. So it is very promising. For sure. But unfortunately, I have been hearing long enough to see that it might last longer than it is. So what we call a crypto winter might last up to several years. So after the craze of
2017,
we saw, I think, the end of 2018 and the entire 2019 was just...
That's a good point. Hold on. Marcus, dog market, explain yourself. Explain yourself, sir. And David NYC 1993. This is a comment from our Twitter video. Shout out to everybody watching us on Twitter. We love you guys. You guys are awesome.
I'm not
from 62K to 31K. This is kind of my same thought. How are we still, talking about analysts saying that this is going to go up to 100K or whatever their price predictions were earlier when we were talking about it, a couple months ago on the show? We just saw a big dip from 62 to 31. That's it. Some might call that a dip. That came back down to earth, essentially, right? But it's just crazy to think that these analysts are still kind of staying strong on their price targets after, this movement recently, right?
I might have an explanation for that one.
Okay,
so
go
of course,
for it.
David, I do agree with you that this sounds like it really sounds ridiculous, right? When what we're seeing right now is just lower and lower. First of all, my comment is it's time to buy. It's not investment advice for sure. We never give investment advice on this show because it's also like news oriented.
Please check out the disclaimer below in the description. Thank you.
Yay! And we're gonna show you the famous YouTube star comment a little bit later. But I know that a lot of prominent figures in the crypto space use this kind of comments in a wishful thinking way. Like if they keep saying that, they sort of feel that they might make the market go up. That's always what happens all the time. So they're gonna keep talking, and they're gonna keep saying that, just wishing that everybody would believe that and would buy Bitcoin. That's
right. It's basically
it
them like holding true to their conviction. It obviously it's never a good look to say one thing and then backtrack on it, right? So I understand why people are staying strong with it. And to all those out there, we have seen this before in the crypto market, right? We've seen the pullback, right? It's just basically taking 2 steps back to take a leap forward, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. And then so one of the most prominent figures, like Anthony Pompliano, also known as Pump, Michael Novogratz, the Galaxy Digital CEO and founder, those are the two. And who else? Let me just. Those are the two people that have been saying that it's going to hit 1 million, it's going to hit $50,000. They keep saying that all the time, and they're never going to retract that, because they feel that once it's going to hit that, they're going to say, we were right all along. You should have listened to us. So this is what we're doing.
Get in now, buy the dip, hold. You guys will do well. Not investment advice.
Crypto Lark sort of comment that reflects the same sentiment that we have just talked about. Aaron, if we could put it out there on the screen. So he actually says that, and I've recently posted a meme like that, whenever there is a hype going on and it's going up, everybody keeps buying that, despite the market that we're having right now. This is the time where you buy in and you hodl all the way, right? But again, not investment advice, just an observation, right? It's much it makes a lot more sense to buy right now rather than wait until it's going to go up. So yeah, this is what Lark said.
The same people not buying now are the same ones who will buy the top later this year. Some things never change. For those who miss the point, the mentality of most investors is to buy into greed and sell into fear. Those of you saying, but Lark, won't we go lower? Maybe, and if so, I will buy. But the point is that most investors will be afraid to buy then, but will be happy to buy the top. That is true. When I know personally a lot of people who bought Bitcoin when it was at 60K. I guarantee you guys are not feeling that way now.
Yeah. So, and we're not only talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum, we're talking about the entire market right now, because it's almost all the way down. There are certain cryptocurrencies that are going up, and we're going to talk about this one that sort of skyrocketed just in an unimaginable way. But we were talking about all the cryptocurrencies out there. So let's talk about that one that we have an amazing example.
It was a red day, but we found, our lovely Catherine Ross did find one coin that's performing pretty well, because she's got the eye for that. She's got the knack for it. She is our expert.
To be honest, we cover that as well.
We do cover it. Go to benzinga.com/cryptocurrencies. Check out our website.
Yeah, so Automata token, the ticker is ATA. Do not confuse it with ADA, which is ADA, which is Cardano. It actually grew earlier in the day. It grew over 12,000% in price. When we covered it,
1,000%.
Yeah, we calculated it
let's take a look at that chart.
So
when did it happen?
It happened yesterday, very early. I think Asian markets yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, it has been going down all the way. And the reason it skyrocketed in price is because it had been listed on Binance and then on PancakeSwap, a decentralized exchange. And so it saw just like a huge spike all the way. And then since then, it has been going down all the way. But again,
seems like it's dying now.
Yeah, but this is, somebody just bought in earlier before the listing, waited for the price to go up, and then sold it all the way. This is what happens for you guys. But I'm just trying to tell you that despite this bearish market, we see prices like that. It's actually, I think this is the biggest price spike that we have seen ever. Nothing ever grew as much as 12,000%. It did grew by 12,000% in price, but when we covered it, it was just a little bit later, so we counted it as 10,000. Okay, now to headlines because we don't have a lot of time.
We don't have a lot of time. I want to. So we did get some feedback from the chat saying that we aren't paying attention to you guys, and for that, we apologize.
My friends told me that.
Yeah. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to get through these headlines and then we're going to turn to you guys in the chat. We want to hear what you guys think of the market. Any comments, anything you guys want to say, we're going to address it. So before then, let's get into some headlines. What's our first one?
We're going to go to headlines. Remember the dog emoji sort of way? I think the person was trying to say that we're in a dog or kind of meme-based.
Or maybe he was just talking about Dogecoin and is trying to buy some Doge.
Of course. Did you guys see that? Did you see the video from Bitcoin Miami conference where the guy just like got on stage?
Yes. Oh man, you should have told me. I would have had the video ready for today.
Like Dogecoin to the moon. It was crazy. I think that event was not very serious and not too valuable in terms of knowledge and information, but it was just an entertaining one. So
yeah, our very own Luke Jacoby, Hot Stocks Luke, and Jason Raznick were at the conference.
Do we have a feedback from them?
No, I should have talked to Luke today and probably had him come on the show for like 5 minutes and asked for his experience. But next time, maybe we'll set it up for Thursday.
Okay.
For you guys.
So
let's get into some headlines.
Mining, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin mining is still in headlines. And I feel like it's going to continue being in the headlines because after Elon Musk brought it up, and despite the criticism that he's not the best person to lead that conversation, we do have huge tech giants such as Square, Jack Dorsey founded and led Square, and Blockstream. They invested $5 million to build solar-powered Bitcoin mine, which I think is a great sign. Aaron, you look confused.
No, it's interesting. Solar-powered Bitcoin mine. I like it. It's a solid concept for sure.
Yeah, it's a renewable energy to fight the misconception that cryptocurrency mining takes all the possible electricity and like provides huge environmental impact. So they're going to build a facility where Blockstream will provide the infrastructure and expertise to build and manage the project, and then it's going to be based in the U.S. and they want to make it very transparent, so they're going to publish all the reports and it's going to be available to the public so everybody can look at it and can sort of discuss and have their own opinions on how it's going on. So and the comment from Blockstream says that the facility will be a proof of concept for a 100% renewable energy Bitcoin mine at scale, with the economics of the build out, including operation cost and ROI, made open to the public. So again, this is a huge example of what you can achieve if you really want to do something. And Jack Dorsey was actually a guest at Bitcoin Miami conference, and he said that if he weren't working on Square and Twitter, he would probably work on Bitcoin and would develop all his time to that because he feels that it's very important. Mm-hmm. I like that, Dorsey.
No, honestly, if Bitcoin is going to survive and it has any chance of surviving, it has to get over that hump of sustainability, right? Because there's no chance that you can mine Bitcoin and it not have environmental impact. It has to become self-sustainable.
Just to remind you, there are only 21 million Bitcoins that it's going to be mined ever. So just a reminder out there. I feel like, you have to understand that crypto assets are very volatile assets. But let me tell you something. Bitcoin is going to survive and it's going to go up. It's just history, guys. It's going to go up, but you never know when. Next week, next month, in 2 years. But this is the sort of the concept that we have been observing. Do we have time for another headline?
Yes, we do.
Because, guys, you can now have your 41K with a half of your investment put in cryptocurrency. Coinbase partnered with For Us All to make sure that people might choose to invest and different cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, of course, as part of their 481k. The program itself is called Alt 481k retirement plans, and so you will have an opportunity to invest or to transfer up to 5% of your portfolio into cryptocurrency window, and you can invest in over 50 cryptocurrencies. So 50 crypto assets will be available to you, and
Wow.
you also have an ability to like sort of put stop orders whenever you feel like the price is not good enough for you. You can just switch to other assets, which is pretty cool, I think.
Oh wow, that's pretty new. That's a really useful feature for sure.
And this is a sign for you guys that despite the bear market or the long correction that we're seeing right now, huge institutions are still coming to the market and still building services and products and building products and provide certain services. So this is one of the examples.
Yeah,
Now,
and here to talk about one of those services is our guest. And right before we bring him on, let's talk about him a little bit. We have for you guys Robert Materazzi. I'm going to butcher this. I am so sorry, Rob. Robert Materazzi. I hopefully said it right. He's the CEO of Lukka. They are solving the most complex data challenges
that is true.
that go in hand with crypto. And to talk about that even more, let's bring him on. Hey, Robert, how's it going?
Doing well, and you did fine with my name.
Did I? Oh man.
Which I mean, Aaron or me? I said Materazzi. I said
that works. You can say it.
Okay. Hi, Robert. Thank you so much for being here with us. So we're very excited to talk about Lukka, which apparently was first called Libra. Did you guys change the name because of the Facebook Libra?
I can't comment on that.
Coming in strong there.
It is correct. We were Libra, and we're now
okay.
Lukka.
Nice.
Very happy with the Lukka brand.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's a very well recognized brand. So could you please tell us about yourself, your experience, background, and how you got into the crypto industry?
Sure. So I've been with Lukka about 2.5 years. Worked in a couple different roles before they asked me to be CEO a little over a year ago. I was introduced by one of our other colleagues here. Was at PricewaterhouseCoopers before Lukka, working in traditional banking capital markets technology. And when I heard about Lukka and what they were doing and how they were managing some of the most complex data for a rapidly growing industry, that piqued my interest. And then once I started doing research and realized how big and how material the crypto marketplace was, how many more assets they were, and how that really could change the future of all assets and how they're managed in the future, I figured I took the jump and joined. And very happy that I did so. I mean, now it's been a pretty exciting time, particularly the last 6 months. Just watching all the momentum and the updates and all the kind of mainstream institutions finally diving in.
Yeah, no doubt. So thank you for that. So according to your website, Lukka created the first cryptocurrency tax calculator, but then it served the largest digital asset institutions with middle and back office software and data solutions. Why did you decide to pivot your product?
Sure. And so that was a while ago. It was actually before I joined. So the original need was back in 2014 when the IRS finally said that U.S. tax filers have to pay taxes on their crypto investments. Mm-hmm. That was the first premise for a retail-based product. But then we watched in around the 2016, 2017 timeframe, the fund ecosystem emerge, and there were all these crypto funds. And with that, we were contacted by fund administrators, fund auditors, and these other businesses that need to perform services for crypto funds. But they recognize that the underlying data was very different than traditional transaction data. And so they needed new software, in short, but that software needed to be of sufficient quality to meet their guidelines and their standards, and so that their funds could trust the reporting outputs. And so that was the premise of our Series A funding back in 2017. And that's when the company really pivoted towards focusing on institutions. And since then, we've worked with most of the biggest names in crypto, whether we're doing corporate books for them, so we're reconciling their crypto data so that they can produce journal entries, financial statements, past audits, or so on. Or they're a fund admin that's helping their fund strike net asset value reports, or really any other business that has a crypto transaction. We've been catering to all of them for many years. So
now, can you tell us a little bit more specific into how your research or data platform works? We have a few data platforms in the crypto space that people trust, such as Sari, Token Metrics, and then Sentiment, Glassnode, different platforms. So how Lukka is different from all of them?
Sure, yeah. So we have a very different offering than all the logos that you mentioned. I mean, really, what we are is we'll help manage the portfolio, but we do that with the institutional quality standards that I mentioned earlier. So what that means is we have an auditor come in and actually test the accuracy of our financial outputs at a minimum for 6 months of every year. We're going into our 4th consecutive year doing that. And so that's giving our customers assurance that they can trust our software without having to test it themselves. And then additionally, we integrate into our software institutional quality data products. So our two flagship products are Lukka Reference Data and then Lukka Prime. Reference data normalizes and standardizes all the different ticker symbols, date timestamp formats, and whatnot from across the ecosystem. So even if two, or more big exchanges or OTC desks use different ticker symbols to represent Bitcoin, our reference data will normalize that all down to what we call a Lukka ID. And then the customers don't have to worry about that. So that's an automated process within our software. And then additionally, the next problem that you encounter is valuing these assets, particularly when they're often traded for one another, so without any form of cash. So a Bitcoin to Ether crypto trading pair, for example, or if you look on Binance, where then additionally you'll be charged maybe a trade fee in BNB, and it gets more and more complicated when we look at derivatives and some of the less common crypto pairs. So we'll map that across the whole ecosystem. We have over 250 different sources that we've mapped across over 8,000 assets. When we talk about derivatives and DEXs, it gets much higher. We're in, multiple tens of thousands. And then we'll apply values to the data after we've normalized it. So that's what Lukka Prime does. Lukka Prime is a fair market value pricing data source that gives you an executed exchange price, in contrast to an average, like you'll see in a volume weighted average price or some other type of a pricing product. Mm-hmm. And that pricing product, Lukka Prime, is one of a kind. So it's the only one that I'm aware of that aligns to accounting standards such as US GAAP, IFRS, and so on.
Yeah, it does sound very different from all of those platforms do. And just a follow-up question, the calculator that you started with, is it still the product that you're offering, and is it institutional or retail?
Great question. So the original one was retired a couple years ago. However, this past January, we took a slimmed down version of what we offer to our institutional customers and offered it as a free portfolio management tool for retail users. So that was launched this past January. So it's pretty new. They benefit from the same quality that the institutions get. They don't get all the features maybe that the institutions pay for, but they do get the same quality. So it has reference data that's integrated for free. It does include Lukka Prime, so they're getting fair market value prices for their assets. And then there's some very inexpensive upgrades to support tax compliance and whatnot. So right now it's $19.95 for 2020 tax reporting and about $10 for any of the previous years going back to 2014. And it's called Lukka Essentials.
Okay. I was going to ask you about the price, but you've mentioned that. So, Aaron, do you have questions?
I do. So, in your recent conversation with Blockworks, you said that Lukka raised nearly $100 million from folks like State Street, Soros Fund, S&P Global, and JP Morgan's head of global fund services. And and more. JP Morgan's head of global fund services just joined them as a COO. Many of the largest financial institutions use Lukka's pricing data. What are your plans? Any major announcements that you'd like to make?
Sure. So so a little bit more granular. We raised about 75 million in the past 12 months, and with that, really there isn't a new product that we're using that for or anything that's that brand new. However, we're going to be increasing our coverage, increasing our the product capabilities, so number of assets that we cover, different ways to collect data, particularly from DEXs and different DeFi sources. Those are clearly in high demand. We're well underway there, so we have support for a number of the DEXs already live. And then we will be expanding our footprint globally over the next 12 months. We have we have a large international customer base today, but we're going to be doing it in a more formal way, just to support those operations.
So do you mean that you're going to have offices there and comply with the local regulations? Is that what you're going to do, or are you just going to serve different geographics?
We kind of all of the above on a case by case. So wherever it's appropriate to offer the best customer experience ultimately for some of those customers. And so really nothing's off the table. We will be offering or opening other offices outside of the United States.
Are you looking at Southeast Asia? Because this is the biggest market so far.
We haven't. We're in the process of prioritizing exactly which ones, but I will tell you it's multiple regions, and it's probably the most common ones that you would guess.
Yeah, I think I have a couple of ideas. Okay, so you've mentioned that you're working with a range of companies and with like the biggest institutions out there. Are you capable of? Okay, are you allowed to say the names of the companies you work with?
Sure. So we've already announced in the press collaboration with State Street. We are also providing our data to S&P, which are supporting the first S&P branded crypto indices that are already live. They've launched three to date: a Bitcoin, an Ethereum, and then a large cap index. We also work with a number of the largest crypto native exchanges, and you will see many press releases coming up in the near future with other large financial institutions.
Okay, who do I talk to get exclusives of that one?
Yeah, Brian and the team can help.
Okay, I'll get back to them. So
Yes.
I think the last question that we always ask our
We
guests.
always ask this, so I don't know if you can skirt around it. It's not a tough one.
Yeah.
But we always ask our guests, what's in your portfolio? What are you trading? Any interesting projects you have?
Sure. No, I'm happy to answer that. So I'm pretty basic. I'd say I'm probably about 50-50 between Bitcoin and Ether, and then I've got maybe so just spread between those two coins, and that represents maybe 80% of my crypto holdings.
Okay.
And then the other 20% are some other ones. I like the different platform coins, or the ones that have a purpose, like chainlink, Phantom, so on. So, and then obviously, looking forward to the Ethereum upgrade, and I'm already staking and whatnot with some of the exchanges like Kraken that offer that already.
Awesome. So actually, I just had one last follow-up question. What is one altcoin that has piqued your interest? Just, you haven't done anything with it, it's just caught your eye, just something interesting.
Well, Phantom is the one, and I've bought some of it, and have been watching some of the news. So that's one that I'm watching, but I'll be very curious to see where it goes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything that you've shared, and I am looking forward to receiving exclusive PRs from your team to get forward. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, so Robert, before you head out, let the chat know where they can find you, how to reach out to your team, and what kind of partnerships or investments or anything you're looking for.
Yeah, so right now we're looking for customers. So please check out our software, essentials.lukka.tech. Our corporate website is lukka.tech. You can see all of our different products, whether they're enterprise or retail from there. And thanks for checking us out in advance.
Of course, and I just dropped those in the chat. So everybody out there watching, go ahead and check out that website. And, thank you, Robert, for joining us. Yeah, absolutely. This was a great interview. Had a pleasure talking to you. And, excited to follow your journey and keep up with Lukka.
Yeah, thanks again. Happy to come back anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you, Robert. See ya.
Have a good one.
Awesome. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm interested to check the retail product as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's definitely a useful tool for the retail traders out there trying to, learn more and know more about crypto.
So, as promised,
let's see. Let's go to the chat, guys.
Do you
guys have anything for us? Let's see. Caveman Hungry. We came for the clickbait. JK only watching because you guys were nice to the apes. Here you go. Free views, likes, etc. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, yes. No, that brings up a good point.
Thank you for the kind words.
Yeah. Thank you for the kind words. But everybody watching this video now, go ahead and just, scroll down just a little bit. I'm getting feedback. Can we through your video? All right. I muted Catherine really quick. Guys, scroll down on the video just a little bit and hit that like button. You hit that like button, I'll end the stream and you can stop looking at my face for today. And then that's it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I got. That's my only ask.
Did you just mute me?
I did. I was getting feedback. My voice was coming through your speaker. So I was
check your Slack after this show, okay?
Oh no. All right. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Not really. But that's it. That was our show. Thank you all for tuning in today. That was the Benzinga Crypto Show with the CEO, Robert Materazzi. Yeah, I wanted to say Maserati a couple times.
Of course you did.
It was so close. But with Robert Materazzi, great guy, CEO over at Lukka. Check out their website, lukka.tech. We're not finished for today. Obviously, you guys are here. You guys watch Benzinga content all the time. We have another show coming up right after this. Don't touch your mouse. Maybe if you have the autoplay selected and it just plays automatically, then you don't have to touch your mouse. But if you have to hit play now. I'm going to end this stream. It's going to direct to the biotech buzz. Yes, the biotech buzz is back. Vivi was on hiatus for a little bit, but now she's back stronger than ever, coming to you guys to talk about biotech stocks and give you the lowdown on all of that. So I'm going to end the stream here. You guys have been amazing in the chat. Love you guys. Igor, you had me going in the chat all day, the whole time. Let's for next time, let's just tone it back a little bit. But other than that, love you guys. And
thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Check out
all
on Thursday. Bye.
Yes, we'll be back on Thursday. See y'all.